Dear philosophy, what are you to me? What is it that draws me to you, that compels me to seek your counsel, even when your answers are never final and always lead to more questions? You are in many ways a silent companion, always present in the background of my thoughts, urging me to reflect, to question, to search for deeper meaning in every aspect of existence. You're not an easy friend. You don't offer simple comforts, nor do you give me the answers I so often crave. Instead, you ask me to question the very foundation of my beliefs, my assumptions, and my understanding of the world. You demand that I look deeper, much deeper, into the fabric of what it means to be alive. You are a challenge. You ask me to confront things I might rather ignore: fear, uncertainty, suffering, and the sometimes unbearable weight of freedom. Yet, in this challenge, you offer something far more profound than any fleeting answer could. You offer understanding, not in a way that promises certainty, but in a way that reveals the complexity and richness of life. You help me see that there is no single, simple truth, but rather a web of interconnected ideas, experiences, and perspectives that shape my reality. In this, you teach me that truth is not static but dynamic, a process, not a destination. What is it you seek from me? You demand that I look beyond the surface, beyond the comfort of certainty, and venture into the unknown. You urge me to recognize that freedom is not merely the absence of constraints, but the ability to make choices, to choose who I am, how I live, and what I value. But with this freedom comes responsibility, the responsibility to confront the consequences of my choices, to live with awareness, and to take ownership of my life. You also make me confront my fears, those silent, lurking anxieties that whisper of meaninglessness, death, and isolation. You ask me to face these fears head on, to acknowledge them, and to live with them, knowing that they are as much part of existence as the joy and beauty I seek. But you also show me that it is in the very act of facing these fears that I discover my true self, not as a fixed, unchanging entity, but as something that is constantly in the process of becoming. You have taught me that love is not just a feeling, but a force that shapes my existence, that connects me to others, that calls me to act with compassion, understanding, and commitment. Love, as you show me, is not passive. It's an active choice, a decision to engage with the world and with others in a meaningful way, to build relationships that are grounded in care, respect, and mutual growth. You ask me to see meaning, not in external things, but in the choices I make, in the ways I shape my life, in the way I confront the uncertainties of existence. You teach me that to live philosophically is not simply to read your books or engage in abstract debates. It's to live mindfully, to approach every moment with an openness to reflection, with a willingness to learn, and with the courage to question even the deepest assumptions that shape my view of the world. What I come to understand, philosophy, is that you are not a separate entity, but rather the very essence of how I engage with the world. You're not merely an academic pursuit or a theoretical discipline. You're the practice of life itself. You are the lens through which I understand my actions, my beliefs, my relationships, and my place in the world. In you, I see that truth is not something to be found, but something to be lived. It is not a set of static facts or doctrines, but an ongoing process of discovery, one that requires me to confront my doubts, my contradictions, and my ever-changing sense of self. Through you, I learn that there is no single, definitive answer to the question that matters most. What is the meaning of life, of love, of freedom, of suffering? But in seeking these answers and living these questions, I discover the richness and depth of existence itself. So, philosophy, you're not a destination, but a journey, an invitation to live more fully, more reflectively, and more authentically. You ask me to engage with the world, to challenge my assumptions, and to constantly redefine my understanding of who I am and what I value. And in this journey, I am never finished. But there's always more to discover, always deeper layers to uncover, and always new perspectives to explore. In this way, you are the very essence of what it means to be human. You are the ongoing pursuit of meaning, the challenge of freedom, and the responsibility of choice, and all for the discomfort and uncertainty you bring, and know that you are the path to something far more valuable than simple answers. You are the path to wisdom, not as a final state, but as a process of becoming, of learning, and of growing in ways I cannot yet fully understand.